Jessica Smith in Washington, D.C. She's joined by Congressman Patrick McHenry from North Carolina's 10th District. He was at the Zuckerberg hearing. He's the ranking member of the House Financial Services Committee. Jessica.
Yeah, I am here with Congressman Patrick McHenry, the top Republican on the House Financial Services Committee. Thank you for joining us, first of all. I just want to get your reaction to this testimony. What did you think of this hearing overall?
So after 6 hours of testimony from the CEO of Facebook, we know that politicians on both sides of the aisle have some skepticism about their privacy policies. There's a great deal of skepticism and a lot of questions about Project Libra. And, if you're on the left, you don't like the right's political ads on Facebook. And if you're on the right, you don't like the left's ads on Facebook. That's all we know. And I think I could have told you that at 10 a.m. this morning before 6 hours of testimony. So I don't think there was a great deal that was gleaned out of today's hearing.
What do you think about Libra in particular? I know that's a big, broad question, but do you feel like you learned anything about where we go from here after that hearing?
I think there's a greater deal of understanding that Libra is likely to happen, is strongly likely to happen, that the details of the technology are not yet determined. And what we have is basically a white paper and a group of folks that have been gathered, and that's about it. And so it's an idea. I'm open to ideas, and I'm especially open to ideas if they conform with our existing regulatory regime here in the United States. I'm open to innovations that mean that we have to correct our regulation. This is not cryptocurrency. That's the one thing that's been clear from the get-go. It is still a closed system. It uses blockchain technology and the words and the sounds of cryptocurrency, but doesn't actually have the underlying sort of qualities of something as valuable and innovative as Bitcoin.
Do you have concerns about Facebook being involved in something like this, though?
That's the whole reason why we had the hearing, is because Facebook's involved in Facebook's track record on privacy and consumer data, and that's really the rub with Washington and the political class and the skepticism from a lot of people on both the left and the right. So we still have that same big tech concern here as policymakers in Washington, and that's not different than what it was yesterday or what it'll be like tomorrow.
So is there anything that lawmakers can do or that lawmakers should do to move forward on this, either to put rules of the road in place or to just, address this issue overall?
Well, I think my view is if you're going to conform with our existing regulatory regime, we shouldn't be picking those that are allowed to play the game, meaning Congress shouldn't be granting charters or revoking charters for private businesses to transact legal businesses. So I don't want to get into that game. I'm open to this idea. I'm open to the consequences that could be created, but we do still have a number of questions that are going to have to answer for now, coming months, and coming years.
You said that you do think Libra is likely to launch. Do you think it'll happen next year, as the company has said before?
Unclear. And as a policymaker here in Washington, it's not my role. It's not my duty, not my obligation. I want to make sure they're going to comply with our laws. And I also want to ensure that this is the right thing economically for those that participate in it, to make sure it's a safe product for what they purport this to be, is really a payments platform.
Okay, thank you so much for making time for it. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll send it back to you in New York.
Yahoo Finance's Jessica Smith with Congressman Patrick McHenry.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.